Our Drive School of Motoring. Become a safe and confident driver.
I haven't seen you for 2 weeks.
No.
Question is, ask me how many driving tests we've had.
How many?
5 since the last seeing you.
Gosh.
4, thank you for asking. Your next question. and that's the whole thing. The last one, brilliant driver. Nobody goes to the test unless they can't drive.
Well,
Brilliant
yeah.
driver, like yourself. Really great driver, really confident. Nerves. Just literally drained away. Now, serious question. Yes, I'm an idiot. I don't know when to turn up. What are we going to do with you? Because you're getting a little bit on the angsty side.
Yeah.
And you can be the best driver in the world. You can be. Hello.
It's another our drive.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Rebecca.
Hey.
Hello, Rebecca. You got a learner face.
Yeah.
You can be the best driver in the world, and the nerves attack you, and just do something stupid.
Yeah.
So, we know we're driving well. We're just literally waiting for a test for you to come in. Do you want to talk about? Shall we have a talk about nerves and how we can anxieties and see if we can put best foot forward for you and see if we've got any coping strategies and actually understand what is going on? Perhaps should we do that today?
Yeah.
A little bit of that. What's the pass rate of this test centre? Do you know?
43.
Pass rate about mid-40s. I think nationally, I can't remember what the pass rate is, 47, 48%, something like that. Male pass rate is actually higher than female as well. So average is about 45 and it works out about 50%, 40%.
Oh.
Now, I know for a fact, and I like to think most driving instructors would be of the same mindset, is you're not coming to test until I know you're a safe and confident driver. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You ain't coming to test, do I know? All you're doing when you're driving test is establishing what I know. That you can drive independently. In fact, you're driving independently now.
Yeah.
I'm not in the car. I'm in the car, obviously. But if I wasn't in the car, you'd still be driving the same independently. So when you drive for the first time, just because you're in your own in the car, go, oh my God, I'm driving on my own. Well, you've been driving on your own. You just told me you drove to Norwich.
Yeah.
All the way down that world's most boring road, the A14, all the way down there. You were mum in the car, supervising.
Yeah.
You were driving independently. You were driving on your own. You just happen to have people in the car, so it makes no difference whether it's 1, 2, 3 whole people or you're on your own. Once you got to that stage, you're on your driving test, you're driving independently, on your own. Just happen to have one of these examiners in the car with you. So try and normalise it for what it is. You're not finding out if you can drive, otherwise you wouldn't be there today. So that's the first thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's all well and good. What else can we do to help? What happens when you get anxious? What people tend to go in one of 3 places. They either rush and do a stupid decision. They either hesitate, because what it is, of course, it is adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's fight or flight, and the reaction is either one of 3 things. So establish what happens to you when you get nervous and anxious. You've got to rush your decisions, coming in too fast, for example, making a bad decision. It's either the opposite, hesitating, that rabbit in the headlights, freezing, not taking a gap you should have taken, and that leads to the sort of not making progress, hesitation sort of errors. And what happens there is you freeze, make us then rather than going now, you delay it and the cars come around the roundabout and you've done that sort of error.
Yeah.
Again, that would be out of character. But it's going to happen. Or the other one is people get very, this is where I go, if things are really very focused there, not looking in the mirrors. So if you know that's what you're going to do and you know you feel nervous, drive, like if I'm coming in, for instance, if you rush, think about, I'm going to come slower than I think I'm doing. I'm going to change that gear slower than I think I'm doing. Now, the other thing to do is, what we're doing here, when you think about it, fear, anxiety, is almost what gets put in place when you have uncertainty.
Yeah.
It fills the void left by knowledge. Now, you must have done GCSEs.
Yeah.
And imagine how it was. It's 9 o'clock approaching. You're doing your GCSE maths. At 9 o'clock you can turn your page, and beforehand you feel really anxious. Well, why are you feeling anxious? You know you've learnt maths. You know you've done that. You don't know what the questions are.
Yeah.
It's a fear of the unknown. As soon as you turn it over and read it through, you go, okay, and you relax a bit.
Yeah.
Now the same things on the drive. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who's going to be the person sat next to me. I don't know where I'm going. All the rest of it. So you'll probably find that we do feel anxious. Once you feel anxious, adrenaline's filled your system. It takes 4 or 5 minutes to get out your system, depending how anxious you are. As soon as you go to open the door, go, hello, my name's whoever it is, and you go, we're going to be following the sat nav today, you're fine, you'll be relaxed, but right, the first 5 minutes, just be a bit careful there. So really, the effect you're getting is just a little bit of, this is what happens when I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And try and normalise it as much as possible. Now, I think when you go into a stressy place, you're going to rush ahead.
Yeah.
Have you heard of, and this is what I'd like to work on actually, it might help you as a coping strategy, and that is commentary driving.
Oh, that's what...
Commentary driving, and we talked about it on the way over here.
Yeah.
Because if you're commentary driving, it's making you look ahead, it's making your brain think about what's going on there rather than thinking of fear and internalising, you're thinking outside. The other thing, if you rush, if you go for, what's the hazard routine? Mirror, a mirror, 2 mirrors, centre and right for instance, signalling, sort out your position, move it or keep it the same, slowing it down to the point of turn off the gas, slow it down, look, assess, decide, and act on what you see.
Yeah.
It's one thing at a time. Mirror, mirror, signal. And the reason is, what happens is we tend to go, rush, squash it all in together.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden...
Now, you're capable of doing about 5 things at once if you rush. Check your mirrors, put on your signal, do the brake at the same time, try and change gear, whatever it is. However, you can only ever talk 1 thing at a time. So, why don't you give yourself a commentary of what you're doing, either out loud or in your head. They won't mind if you do that, you're giving a commentary. So, talking ahead, and drive to your own instruction. So I've been turning left, I've been coming on there thinking, where am I going to start this routine? 8 seconds out, this or the distance, or the planning board. Planning board helps you. See the planning board, what am I going to do? I'm going to do mirror, mirror, signal, position, off the gas for half the distance in, gently on, slowing it down, looking ahead, how much traffic is there, where's my point of turn, do the gear, looking, is it safe, clear, take the opportunity.
That would be more like beneficial.
Then your brain's been distracted by that, you're filling the void of uncertainty with actual stuff that's going on. It's called a commentary drive for that. You can extend that to think ahead, look ahead, going, what do I see? What is going to be the potential hazards? There's a junction up ahead, there's a roundabout up ahead, there's someone approaching a pedestrian crossing. They've just pressed the wait button. I'm anticipating that could go to amber, see what's behind me, cover the brake pedal, okay, it's fine, continue through.
Yeah.
Rather than being, here's looking up ahead, what do I see? There's a change of speed, prepare for it, rather than doing that. Shall we just drive randomly through to go to some town work today?
Yeah.
You carry on ahead.
Okay.
When you're ready, we'll move off. So I'll be looking ahead, go, look, if a car comes around here, I've got loads of space, I will be taking it less, it's a lorry, it swings out.
Well, yeah.
Now, if you don't want to speak it out loud, have the commentary in your own head.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be, once you're started, I think you'll be okay. It's just the build-up to it you're not going to like.
No.
But we just want to make sure the build-up doesn't physically affect once you turn your paper over and seen the questions, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
That's nice. So we'll go through the roundabout, we'll go first, exit left. It's all about you and composing yourself.
It is. It is. Oh.
Take a left turn.
Thanks for watching. For more regularly uploaded videos, don't forget to like and subscribe.